So, how do you even begin to solve a problem as massive as climate change? It's a question that has sparked decades of debate, and it all led to a truly groundbreaking global plan. Today, we're going to break down exactly how that plan came to be and what it really means for all of us. Everything, and I mean everything we're about to talk about, boils down to this one single question. It sounds simple, right? But the implications are just massive. How do we create progress today that doesn't end up stealing from tomorrow? And let's be clear, the stakes couldn't be higher. We're already seeing the effects of a changing climate all around us. We're talking rising temperatures, melting ice caps, more and more extreme weather. It's impacting our food, our health, everything. This is the urgent problem we have to solve. So, faced with this enormous challenge, the world started to realize that our old ways of thinking about progress were actually part of the problem. We needed a new philosophy, a new big idea. And that idea? It's called sustainable development. In really simple terms, it's about making progress that doesn't cost us the planet. It's a framework that basically says, hey, we can't just chase economic growth and ignore everything else. We have to consider social well-being and protecting the environment as equally important parts of the exact same equation. And this right here, this is the official definition, straight from the landmark 1987 Brundtland Report. The power of this sentence is just how simple and elegant it is. It's not just about the environment, it's really an ethical principle about our responsibility to the people who come after us. Okay, so let's break that down. Think of sustainable development as standing on three essential pillars. First, you need a thriving economy, but one that's smart and efficient, not just destructive. Second, you need a just society where everyone gets a fair shot. And third, you obviously need a healthy planet. Now here's the crucial part. You can't have one without the other two. They are completely, 100% interconnected. That report, which was officially called Our Common Future, was a total game changer. It was chaired by Norway's Prime Minister, Gro Harlem Brundtland, and it wasn't just some environmental paper. No, it was an economic and social one too. It argued that a healthy planet and a just society were absolute must-haves for long-term prosperity. It really did lay the groundwork for everything that came next. So, you've got this powerful new idea, but how did the world turn that idea into a concrete plan of action? Well, that brings us to the Global Playbook, a whole series of historic summits and treaties. And listen, this was not a quick process. As you can see, this journey started way back in 1972 in Stockholm. It got its clear definition with the Brundtland Report in '87, and then it really started to become law at the big Earth summits in Rio. Each step was a building block, all leading up to those two huge agreements in 2015. Okay, let's talk about the UNFCCC for a second. The easiest way to think of it is like, it's the Constitution for Global Climate Action. It was adopted in 1992, and it doesn't set hard limits itself. But what it does do is create the entire framework for how countries can cooperate to prevent dangerous climate change. It's the foundation for everything. Now, under that big UNFCCC umbrella, two major strategies emerged. First, you had the Kyoto Protocol in 1997. It tried a top-down approach, setting rigid, legally binding targets, but only for developed nations, and it really struggled to get everybody on board. So then came the huge shift in 2015 with the Paris Agreement. This was a game changer because it was universal and it was bottom-up. Every nation sets its own targets. This created a sense of national ownership that was missing before, all with the shared goal of keeping global warming well below 2 degrees Celsius. But that same year, 2015, the world didn't just agree on a climate plan. It created what might just be the most ambitious to-do list in human history. 17 interconnected goals for creating a better, fairer, and more sustainable world, all by the year 2030. And these goals, the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, they cover pretty much everything. I mean, from ending poverty and ensuring quality education, to promoting clean energy, and of course, taking urgent climate action. It is a universal blueprint for a better future. And Goal 17 is a great reminder that we can only pull this off if we all work together. So wow, we've gone from a massive problem to a big idea to a global action plan. So what's the key takeaway from all this? What happens now? Okay, let's just quickly recap this whole journey. It all started with that big idea, sustainable development, back in 1987. That idea led to the UNFCCC framework in '92,
which then gave us our two modern tools, the Paris Agreement to tackle climate change and the 17 SDGs to build a better world. You can see this clear line from a single concept to a full-blown global plan.
So here's the bottom line. For the first time in history, the world has a shared plan. The goals are set. The science is clear. The only question that's left is about speed and scale. Are we, as a global community, actually moving fast enough to hit these goals by 2030? Well, that's the question we all have to answer now.